Hello, a very good evening to you and a warm welcome back to Kirkaldy Ice Rink, alas for the last time this weekend for the climax of the Lang Supreme 1983 Scottish Curling Championship. And what a marvellous final this promises to be. Very much a south of Scotland affair between the determined Graeme Rink from Irvine and those brilliant youngsters from Stranraer, skipped by Peter Wilson. It promises to be a great match, and the first action we pick up now is in the fifth end, with Adam just ahead by 3 shots to 2, and the commentators are Don Cumming and Brian Alderman.
Well, with Adam leading 3-2 over Wilson, and this the fifth end, Peter Wilson delivers the first of his 2 stones there. And in the house, the red stones belong to Wilson, and the white ones, the Adam Rink.
Now, his idea of protecting this one seems to have gone a little bit astray. It's coming right up to it, and that's not a very good attempt at protecting that one. It could lay on a double for Adam here.
Well, if Peter Wilson's rink could pull this one off, they'd be the first ever rink of juniors, that's under 21s, to win the senior title and the Scottish Championship. But by a strange coincidence, Graeme Adam there, who was about to play the first of his, he was the first of a group of young schoolboys in the early 70s who startled the curling world with brilliant results at top level in curling. He just had his 29th birthday on Thursday, but he's never yet won the Scottish Championship. And this is his 7th final. His first attempt in 73 at 18. Now going for a takeout of those red stones lying in the house. A strike. Brilliant shot then from Graeme Adam as he eliminates those 2 stones. One of his own rolls in behind a white one, forward of the house, and guarded up front too as well. The white one of Adam's rink lying in the house, and it's guarded by another one forward as Peter Wilson comes down to play his last stone. And the advantage of last stone in this particular end lying with Adam. So the game swinging in Adam's favor now, already leading by 3-2 in this, the fifth end. And the last stone coming from Peter Wilson, with one more yet from Adam.
Now Peter's got to get round this guard. He's got to get round his own guard, which is proving a problem. Sweeper's desperately trying to hold that one. Can they get it round? Oh, it's rubbed. Now that will take the weight off, but no doubt it'll go past Adams. It does, and he has a clear draw for 2 for Graeme.
Adam already with 1 shot in his favor. 3-2 leading, and a chance for his 2 coming up now as he makes his way down to the hack. Graeme Adam, who is runner-up to Jimmy Sanders in the 1978, just failing with the draw at the last time. That was probably his biggest miss in the way to take the Scottish title. Playing in his first final for the Scottish only at the age of 18, and then in 77 defeated in a playoff. But losing to Sanderson, as I said, in the 78 final, and then again in 79 and 80. But good results in most major competitions, and going now for a 2 with a draw. He's drawing into the house.
Well, really left up to the sweepers, but already Adam, having played that shot, is joining in. He wants to take part in this, and really probably nerves more than anything else. But really, what a great draw.
And the crowd can tell from the weight of that one coming into the house. 2 stones then to the Adam Rink to make the score at the close of the fifth end. Graeme Adam of Irvine 5, Peter Wilson from Stranraer 2.
So the pressure very much on Peter Wilson now. Let's see what happens in the next end.
Well, this is where the draw game comes into effect as we take an out-turn shot from the left-hander Hugh Aiken. The sweeper's called in to bring that one round there. But guard, the white guard up front, trying to get round that. Can they come round it far enough? The sweeper's moving in to bring it round. Not a bad shot at all. Well round. The piece of it can be seen, but a very nice draw shot there from Aiken. As Kenny Horton is next up to play, and that's Horton. A tremendous record. Horton, 77 Scottish champion, as Skip then, of course, when he wasn't playing with Adam. Going for the strike shot, get rid of that one up in the front of the house. Looking to take it and roll out himself.
Well, Horton catching on the guards, not what we used to see from Ken Horton, such an accurate player. But the guard was the intention from Peter Wilson's to leave it around, and he still got his shot in the house.
Well, Norman Brown up next. That's the skip it there at the moment. Peter Wilson giving him the ice. And that's Brown now. And the delivery, the turn of the handle, giving it the curl. It's an in-turn handle used this time to try and come around.
Yes, he's playing an in-turn, curling towards the centre, trying to protect this shot. We may see this one left midway between hog line, which they're just going over now, and the house, circles. And that looks a fairly good line, about the same as before, and we...
Just slightly off. You can see the line there, actually, but so it's accessible. And Adam, of course, putting the brush right down instantly. Quick decision maker, cool head Adam, and one of the most consistent skips in curling. And there's Kenny Horton, his third, playing his second stone.
This is the kind of weight which Ken Horton likes to play. Heavy takeout, accurate, doesn't draw much. That's a better result for him. Beautiful shots.
And it leaves 2 white stones belonging to the Adam Rink in the house. Now the Adam Rink, the pressure on Wilson now as Brown comes up to play his second. It's the ice being given. Brush set down from Peter Wilson at the far end.
Norman Brown attempting the draw round with the in-turn. And it's significant that he's scored 92% in the first half of this game so far, a very high percentage for a third player. But will this one stop?
Seems to be a bit heavy as Adam tries to sweep it right out the house altogether, and he's doing just that. A little too heavy. So those 2 white stones still lying in the house belonging to the Adam Rink, and a chance now for them to set up guards, protect them. Graeme Adam then deciding with Horton at the far end just what he wants done with this. He's got 2 stones lying in the house and a chance to exploit them. Brian, the options here, they're obviously in some doubt themselves.
Well, I think there's just a little discussion going on there, but they're obviously trying to swing round the way that Norman Brown brought his stone round, only Graham's going to try and bring it into the front ring, not the back ring, so that it will protect the way to that back stone. He doesn't want to make it easy for Peter Wilson when he comes to play, so he's attempting the draw round.
Well, they've met once already with Adam so far this week with an 8-3 win for Adam, but they've really barnstormed their way back into this, the Wilson Rink. That stone perhaps just a little heavier than it intended. Going right into the house though. Almost, oh no, it isn't. It's going right on the bottom, but certainly protecting one at the back.
Yes, they swept it a long way, which held it out. Otherwise, it may have taken cover.
Well, we're at the moment in the 6th end, 5-2 for Adams Rink, the Irvin Rink. And Peter Wilson, of course, playing out at Stranraer, and that's him now, and he's about to play his first stone now. Well, there would be a great deal of support for Peter Wilson if he were to win it with this young rink. On the other hand, the same applies to Adam in this, his 7th attempt to win the Scottish title. He's always been knocking on the door and certainly won major tournaments everywhere. So I think we've got supporters on both sides here. We'd like to see them find that place in Canada, Regina, playing against the world's best for the World Championships. There's Peter Wilson then urging it on, sweeping it. The sweeper's moving in.
This one's cutting fast. Oh, and that's a bad result. Still leaves 3 lying there, and he's going to have to improve on his curling to do anything in this game.
Among those who've tumbled to Adam been Peter Wilson himself in the course of this week, but not all the way. Jimmy Waddle, Greg Henderson, European champion. All 3 sweepers moving in on this one.
That's right. Graeme hasn't lost the opportunity of joining in, but he's standing back now watching the line because Ken Horton shouting whoa, and that means you've swept enough, boys, I don't want any more. And this one's gliding into the front, and that's a lovely position, well protected on his own
we'll
stuff.
take a look at that one if we can. There's the stone that was just delivered, and there's a look at the 3 of them there, the 3 white stones belonging to Adams Rink. In fact, there are 4 of them now, that one up front as well, all counting at the moment, but we'll expect a demolition of that house. But just the kind of thing that Peter Wilson, perhaps, who is not interested in having.
Well, Peter Wilson here, he may only have one option. There's the ice taken, the curl into the centre, and he's drawing against 4. This is a very crucial stone. He's got to find his weight, and he's got to produce this draw.
This, in fact, might be the most important shot of the game. Doesn't pull this one off. The 6th end we're in now. 5-2 the score for Adam at the moment.
I thought it looked short, but those boys can take it a long, long way. Can they take it far enough? It's coming in. How many will it beat? The front one, certainly. The next one, oh, the crowd love it.
And it's in for shot. It's in for shot. A tremendous draw shot there from Peter Wilson of Stranraer as he pulls back another one to make the score now. Graeme Adam from Irvine 5 and Peter Wilson of Stranraer 3 at the close of the 6th end.
Well, alas, that was to be a short-lived recovery because Adam went further ahead by picking up 1 shot in the 7th end to lead by 6 shots to 3. And you'll see the climax of this championship final when you rejoin us here at Kirkaldy in just a couple of minutes from now. What a battle this is turning out to be between Graeme Adam and Peter Wilson. The score, just as a reminder, is Adam ahead by 6 shots to 3 as we rejoin our commentators for the action in the 8th end.
Well, in the 8th end, with the score 6-3 in Adam's favor, they, of course, lead off with the first stone set down, and out turn from Bob Cowan.
Well, I think they've got the idea that this Scottish Championship is theirs now, and they want every stone to be perfect. Just hold on to it. And that one, supposed to be in the house, but not past the tee line. And just coming up to the tee line, and very nice position by Bob Cowan.
You're happy with that? He actually had a fresh air shot a little earlier. That sort of more than compensates for it. As Peter Wilson offers the ice now, the target point for Roger McIntyre. An in turn.
Well, if there's been anything lacking in Graeme Adams' game, it's been his team's ability to take off short rocks, perhaps. So Peter's going to get Roger to lay this one short, get the guard on to begin with. Even if it's completely covering that one, they know they can get round to it later on.
Okay, they're having trouble getting this one over the hog. They've burnt it, in fact. It didn't make it. So they'll be very annoyed with themselves for that one. They've stone out of play as it didn't reach that hog line at the far end just before the house. So this gives Adam an extra chance now, and about to play that's Bob Cowan. Not quite sure what the laugh is about. Maybe they were happy with that. Bob Cowan, then, who spent a couple of years in America picking up some curling tips over there, and just back from a visit to India, the Indian subcontinent, for something of a hill walker as well as a curler. Just laying one down there, not going to do anyone any harm. Adam taking it right through, well, right through the house if he can, because they don't want any dirty business up in front of the house.
Yes, or indeed on the back, in the back circle, so that they could draw to it. Roger McIntyre, well, he's trying to do something better this time. He hogged his first one, left it short, had to be taken off, and this one, well, hopefully just over the hog line so he can get his first guard on that they can work on, get stones behind. This looks better as the sweepers stand back.
Well, now this is Andrew McQuiston, who won the World Junior in 1980 at Kitchener, Ontario, the year after Peter Wilson himself. But just delivering a real takeaway shot there, strike and get rid of it and clear the house up for the Adam rink, leaving nothing there for Wilson's rink to play with. And Hugh Aiken. He's the only left-hander I think we've seen in the competition so far, Brian. I don't recall another one.
Yes, you don't see many of them. In most places you have to change the hack over the foot position, but in Kirkaldy the hacks stay in position and you just put your foot in the correct one. And he'll be used to that, being left-handed. And this one's supposed to be a guard. It's running on a bit, but if it stops in front of the circles, as it may do, there we are. It's a guard, and I'm sure Graeme would step forward to remove that one.
There's the hack incident you were speaking about, Brian, a few moments ago, and for a right-handed player, he has to deliver from that particular side, left-handers from the other side. Two places for the... But there's a real strike weight for you there.
Yes, trying to catch an edge. Take it out, which he has done. Avoids putting it onto his own stone, and the one Adam stone remains in the house.
Adam Rink still leading by 6-3 in this, the 8th end. And it's Hugh Aiken on the other side of that double hack. You don't see many of these around these days, actually. It's unusual. Two foot rests, if you like, or positions from which to deliver. And there's the slide and the out-turn handle, giving it the curl.
Yes, and we're expecting this stone to curl about 4 or 5 times as it goes up that ice, and to maintain its handle, to keep the same direction. Peter raises his brush, saying that's just the position I wanted it, and we'll see what the Adam Rink can do with this one. They're looking for a miss or a hit on the nose from this one.
Well, it's sitting up there as a guard in front of that white one, but the white one, of course, is an Adam stone. Kenny Horton for Adam's Rink, about to play now. And we've seen him in action in televised tournaments at Ayr and Edinburgh with some considerable success. Picked up more than a few trophies, including the Scottish title once before. He's going to wham right into it and takes that right out and rolls out himself.
Well, he catches it off centre and exposes his own, but that's what he wanted to do. He doesn't want any guard that Peter can eventually come round and beat him to the draw. But this time Peter's decided to play the stone right up to Adam's stone, trying to get a freeze out of his third player, Norman Brown.
Well, Norman himself, a runner-up in the Scottish seniors in 1980 with McQuiston. And going for much the same shot that we saw last time, and I think it's got to come in yet.
Yes, it may come right up to touch it, but if it does not hold the line, of course, it can be quite accessible. But that's a lovely weight, and that's a very good attempt from Norman Brown.
Well, getting a little security out of that, but Adam immediately with the brush poised over it as Ken Horton lets go his second on an out-turn handle with lots of zip behind it.
He's the specialist at taking off these shots, and he may catch this one. He's got it. He takes his own back a little, but no problems. The red one has gone.
Well, that's what he was asked for, and that's what he accomplished. Norman Brown then with an in-turn here with his second stone. Again going for a short one. Sweep, urging those sweepers on, hoping he's going to get in there as before.
Well, this one is short, and Peter himself decides he's going to do all the work on it. Give the sweepers a rest. It's in the house, and that will have to go because Graeme Adam does not have last stone here, doesn't want any red stones lying around whatsoever.
And it's Graeme Adam who's about to play now. And this is the player who has beaten such ex-world champions as Chris Sorum of Norway and Tanner of Switzerland, Rick Folk of Canada, Doug Harrison of Canada, Keith Burtnick, also of Canada, and the top American players as well have come over here or through Europe as well. Graeme Adams' delivery then, and beautiful slide, the skip.
Looks a good line, could roll over, take his own. It has. That's a wonderful position.
Well, Adam getting a deserved round of applause from the crowd here at Kirkaldy. One white one in there and one guarding it. Well, the pressure very much now on Peter Wilson, trailing by 3 shots in this 8th end. The match, of course, over 10 ends. Wilson himself, who won the World Junior Championship at Megève in 1981. He won all his matches in the playdowns getting to this stage here at Kirkcaldy. But here at Kirkcaldy, he actually dropped 3 so far. And one among those was losing a game to Graeme Adam. Peter Wilson then, whose victims so far here have been Greg Henderson of Aberdeen, a former European champion, Gordon Muirhead, and Graeme Adam himself. Or rather, he's lost to them in the competition so far, those three. Urging that in with the sweepers, urging them on.
This one's curling. He wants to get it past the guard. He won't get it past the guard. It's a good weight at the front. That one, of course, will have to go, and that's a little bit easier than it should have been for Graeme Adam.
Well, Adam up next then with the advantage of last stone now. Going to Peter Wilson. This is Adam's second and last for him. Young doctor who practices out of Dumfries. The outturn handle, heavyweight.
Straight down the middle. Probably the easiest shot in the book to play. It holds back a little. It's gone back a long way, but he gets it. The stone he played actually came forward a little bit as it bounced off one. He lies 2 against Peter Wilson, who's once again is asked for a difficult shot.
Well, faced with a problem a little bit like Adam had earlier, I don't think he'd try a double. He would probably go for the draw in. He's got something he can lie on, and that white stone nearest the tee there. This the last stone at this end. And a chance for Peter Wilson to pull one back. He's trailing by 6-3 at the moment. Well, that's the ice that's being given him. And the I would presume he'll go for that in-turn this time.
Yes,
watch the delivery. There's the handle. Yes, it is. In-turn draw. I don't know whether he's intending to rest on that white one there or just come into the button. I think he'll take advantage of the one lying there.
Well, if he's sensible, of course, he will have put that out of his mind and just concentrated on the weight, because he just needs to get it in there to count shot.
Got to get that in there now to pick that one back up, and he's done just that. He's in, and they've conceded the shot there. The Adam Rink have conceded that one. So Wilson pulls one back to make the score a little tighter. Graeme Adams 6, Peter Wilson 4.
So Wilson hanging on and just simply refusing to give up. But he trails 6-4 with 2 ends to go, as you've seen. The 9th end was blanked. In now to the 10th and final end.
The first stone of the 10th end laid down then by Roger McIntyre, with Peter Wilson trailing by 2 shots, 6-4, against the Graeme Adam Rink from Irvine, and laying down a short one, hopefully just over that hog line and just exactly where it's going at the moment, so that they can build up that house down there and hope that the Adam Rink make mistakes. First up, their lead will be Bob Cowan, the oldest player in their team. That's him there. A player who, in fact, has been in action against such world title holders as Daniele and Rick Folk of Canada, Tanner, naturally. Bob Cowan's first stone then, going for the takeout shot.
Bob Cowan a little anxious there. Now is bound to come into it now. He's seen this kind of situation before. Doesn't want to make any mistakes at this crucial 10th last end. Roger McIntyre's second stone. They've got to be the patient ones. Just try and build it up with short ones over the hog line. Now they've got to believe that they can still keep in this game and do their best. Get them just over the hog line. Look for a couple of errors from Graeme Adam. It's a big task now, but they've got to try their best. It's been done before.
Well, that's the ice being given by Skip Graeme Adam at the far end, the brush down there, and there's the delivering performer, Bob Cowan. It's his second stone. And Cowan, of course, something of a curling coach. That's a hot one, a real hard one go here with an out-turn handle, and I think he could be wide. He's just going to be lucky to get these nicked it. Thought for a moment he was going to miss and leave something down there for Wilson's Rink to exploit, but he didn't. So it's a clean house at the moment. 6-4, in favor of Adam as we reach the final and dramatic stages of the thing. The Scottish Championship at stake and a place in the World Finals at Regina in April. Hugh Aiken then, the left-handed player, letting go an intern draw goal.
Hugh's first stone, looking for a short one over the hog line. They'll play short until they've only got a few stones left, then they'll try and swing them round any short ones that are left. That one going on a little bit, but they're not worried. Anywhere in front of that house is a chance for them now. And we're now down to second players and Andrew McQuiston's.
Well, it's McQuiston now with one of the best slides in the business and a tremendous takeout player. There he goes to the strike and out turn handle, going after that. Well, look at that style of McQuiston's. He lets it go. Former world junior champion. And a lot of applause for the way he took that one out, got rid of it. Tremendous player from Stranraer. A newcomer to this particular lineup of Graeme Adams. Andrew McQuiston. Now Hugh Aiken up with his second stone. Now I think their problem is that there may be something on the ice which the stone could pick up, and they're just making absolutely sure that there's no little foreign body, as they say, on the ice. This ice is absolutely near perfection here. In fact, it's one of the few ice rinks in the world that have been put down by laser beam techniques in the building of it to make sure that it's absolutely flat. Quite an unusual construction to it. But excellent surface, no complaints from anyone so far. Hugh Aiken then with his second.
Once again, trying for the short stone. What he mustn't do, of course, is leave it so short that it has to be taken out of play. But the sweepers will ensure that doesn't happen. They'll believe they're still in with a chance, and they may still be. We'll have to see what the play does now. Quite a few stones left now.
Well, we've got McQuiston coming up, and I think we'll have another look at this slide, which they had McQuiston and his colleagues like Norman Brown described formally as the finest junior players on the planet in Canada. And recall that. He's gone more than halfway down there himself and taking that away and coming out himself, keeping the deck fairly clear, but it is still in front of the house, and not exactly as good as the last one he played. There's the stone, potentially useful, that one. Now with us, of course, so we have Mike Hay, the European champion, not involved in this particular event at the moment, and young Norman Brown, whom you played against, delivering now, Mike.
Yeah, well, he's got a chance to put up a second short guard. There's a glimmer of hope here. If he can get another nose hit on this one, he'll have two short guards and a chance to lie to before Graeme plays his last shot. And he's managed to lay another short one. This is looking a bit more bright for Peter at the moment.
Well, Peter needs, of course, all the breaks he can get at this stage with that 2-point margin against him. And a nice one. We'll see what happens next as Adam, of course, the skip down there for the Stranraer rink, is calling upon his oldest colleague in the game. I don't mean in years, but he's most experienced with him. 26-year-old Kenny Horton. That's one go. A hot one again. That white stone aimed right for that red one down there to clear it away. He's done it. That's just what Adam wanted. He acknowledged it with a signal of the hand. Do you think nerves are overtaking these people at this stage now, Mike? How would you be feeling here?
Well, nerves come into it, but I'm sure they're concentrating hard, and they know they've only got to hold out for one more end, and the chance of representing Scotland in the World Championships is theirs, so I'm pretty sure they're concentrating very hard.
Norman Brown again.
Norman's second and looking for another one. Great sweeping there. That's what controls the weight of the stone once you've delivered it. Two men laying into it, trying to come round this short one, trying to get this in and hidden already. They've given up the short stone technique. Using that one, maybe that last chance, it's well in.
Well, Mike, wouldn't you like to put that one off yourself?
Yeah, that's a really nice shot. That puts a bit more pressure on to Kenny Horton playing third for Graeme here. He can't see much of that stone.
Well, Kenny Horton with his second now. And of course he plays at third. Talking about third, he was third in the World final. Sweden in 77. He's been around a few places, Kenny Horton, and the wicking off that one, clearing the guard.
Yes, that's good enough. He's got a couple of shots in hand, and Graeme has the last one, so he can afford one like that as long as he opens it up.
Mike, these two youngsters here are, of course, are Brown and McQuiston. You've played them in a number of competitions here and there.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Junior competitions, with what fortunes?
Well, I've played these guys a couple of times, and lately I've come off best against them, and just recently in the juniors we managed to beat them to represent Scotland in the juniors, so but they're really top-class players.
Yeah, so, and in fact, while they're competing here for a place in the seniors in Canada, you're actually going out in the juniors, having been eliminated in this one earlier.
Well, they're still a junior rink, but they still have a chance of representing Scotland in the seniors here.
They can go in for both.
That's right.
Incidentally, the juniors should explain, if you're under 21 at July of last year, you're eligible as a junior. There are two players on the ice at the moment, Norman Brown at 21 and Peter Wilson himself. So there they are, Brown on the left. Well, problems for them now. The critical decision, what do you think they're talking about down there just now?
Well,
I mean, apart from swearing, Mike.
Well, he's wondering possibly where about to put the stone. I think he wants to swing it to the other side, leave plenty of distance between the stones, so a double takeout isn't possible for Graeme, and leave Graeme facing two with his last shot, which will put a bit of pressure on him.
That's Wilson now, brushing the ice clear from the front and letting it go, and this is Wilson's first stone on the out-turn handle, and doing exactly as you said, Mike, going for the...
Yeah, he's going to swing it to the side here, and he now needs two misses from Graeme to give him any chance. He's really sweeping this one hard. I'm not sure whether he's got enough weight to take it in. Yeah, he has. He's made a good shot.
Tremendous shot then from Wilson. Those two red stones lying in there, and there's no way they can get a double takeout of from that.
No, that's beautifully scattered, one at either side, and all that's required from Graeme is to hit this stone out with his first and then use his second in exactly the same way, and then he'll be on his way to Canada. But nerves at this point must be tremendous.
Yeah, well, Graeme's been involved in one or two of these, and I know he could have kicked himself over the Scottish Highlands, in fact, for one of his earlier misses. But there he goes, the full weight on this one, and he just wants to take that one and make it, and the game won't quite be over, but he's on it, wicks it out, takes his own out as well. I think it's being bashed out, and that's it, all the way out. And there's still one red stone, though, lying there belonging to Wilson.
Well, Peter's going to have to repeat the same shot, I think, and hope for a complete miss by Graeme here. But Peter's chances are looking slimmer by the minute.
Yes, I rather fancy Graeme Adam now, and he must fancy himself as well. He's been really close in 1978, about an inch away when he made a few mistakes, but I must say, I think he's got over this. 10 years he's been trying. 10 years ago exactly, he took part in his first Scottish finals, and 10 years later he could just be winning it today.
And of course, out of those 10 years, in 7 of them he reached these final stages, so there's a lot of support and encouragement and sympathy of the most charitable kind for the young doctor there, 29 years of age, Graeme Adam of Irvine, who also belts a pretty fair golf ball down the fairway as well, a low handicap golfer. And that's McQuiston with him, with, of course, the world trophy on his sideboard as well at junior level. That's Peter Wilson now. He's got the same thing, a world trophy from junior level from Canada. They followed each other in 2 consecutive years, a couple of years ago. So very distinguished curlers these, and proving once again that youth is coming into this game more than ever before. Well, this now, with such an important shot hanging on it, they're certainly taking their time about it, but no wonder. The Scottish title at stake, and Regina all waiting for them, where the arena will be packed with thousands of people over there from all over North America to see them. Whoever the winner's in action. At the moment, Chip's looking down for Peter Wilson, about to play his second. Well, setting that one down and hoping that Adam will make this this other mistake with his next one. And they've got to urge that one in there with those brushes, of course, giving it acceleration. And he's certainly, I think it's coming in all right, so it's achieving that end, but it's, if Adam's on target, I can't see him missing this one. He just has to get a takeout of one of these stones here, and that's the ball game over. Score at the moment, 6-4 for Adam over Wilson. And in this, as I say, his 7th attempt at the final stages, and trying for more than 10 years in it from the time he was a young teenager, Graeme Adam. Big tense moment then, Mike.
It's a tense moment, but he's got a big target to hit, and I'm sure he'll do it.
Well, let's hear it goes then. Graeme Adam for the Scottish Championship. If he takes even one of these out, they're already giving him applause before he sticks it. He's got a double, clears the house out, and we have a new Scottish champion, Graeme Adam of Irvine, in his 7th attempt at it from the final stages. And the final score then, Graeme Adam of Irvine with his Rink of Bobtown, Andrew McQuiston, Ken Horton, and Graeme Adam. Their score 6, and to Peter Wilson, our condolences from Stranraer, his score 4. 6-4 for Adam over Wilson, and a new Scottish champion.
Yes, an absolutely marvellous match, and congratulations at last to Graeme Adam for winning that so elusive Scottish Championship. And I'm sure he'll prove a worthy representative for Scotland in the Air Canada Silver Broom at Regina, Canada, beginning on April 11th. Well, it's been a marvellous week here, and one thing that a lot of people have commented on was the marvellously sporting way in which all the games were played. And what a lovely way to leave it. Congratulations once again to the happiest man in Kirkaldy tonight, Graeme Adam from Irvine.